Now, why does our liver make cholesterol? Especially the so-called bad cholesterol, this thing called LDL cholesterol. That's the bad one. Okay, so we're talking here about statin drugs. We're talking about how they don't work. We're talking about how they're dangerous. And we're going to go into some scientific explanations and look at a couple of studies that validate everything I've just said. So the first thing I want you to understand is that the way statin drugs work is they interfere with the way your liver produces cholesterol. Now, why does our liver make cholesterol? Especially the so-called bad cholesterol, this thing called LDL cholesterol. That's the bad one? Our bodies weren't designed to make anything bad. Okay, so cholesterol is the most abundant steroid in the body. So many things are made out of cholesterol. Cell membranes are made out of cholesterol. Mitochondrial membranes are made out of cholesterol. The adrenal gland needs to make cholesterol to secrete all the hormones that are so critically important for human function. The ovaries and the testicles need cholesterol to produce all the hormones they produce. Your brain needs cholesterol. This guy up here is mostly made of that bad cholesterol, that bad LDL, that's made out of over there. So it makes really good sense to lower that. The other thing that's made out of cholesterol is vitamin D. The cholesterol in your skin, sunlight hits it, starts converting it to vitamin D. So knowing that cholesterol does that, and other things that I didn't even mention yet, knowing cholesterol does that, doesn't it make great sense to take some drug that prevents your liver from making the cholesterol? But by the way, that's not the only thing that when you take that drug and it inhibits that enzyme does more than just make cholesterol. It also makes other substances that are critical for your body's function. The one that I think most of you people might know about already is coenzyme Q10. Coenzyme Q10 is a critical enzyme for energy production in the mitochondria. Those drugs knock down your level of coenzyme Q10. You can take all the pills in the world, but if your cells can't make the coenzyme Q10, they're not going to have enough. I don't care how many pills you take. That's not all. The cholesterol, that enzyme also makes a substance called squalene. Squalene is very important for cancer prevention. And finally, it makes a substance called Geranylgeraniol. Geranylgeraniol, which for obvious reasons is abbreviated in the literature by GG. So GG is made by the same enzyme that makes cholesterol, and that's the enzyme these drugs inhibit. Well, why is that important? It's important because GG controls muscle protein synthesis. When you knock out GG, you knock out the ability for your muscles to maintain their protein. In other words, you're creating muscle wasting. I'm going to show you a study when we get into one of the problems called peripheral neuropathy, where these drugs cause that disorder. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So when statin drugs interfere with GG formation, they interfere with the way your body maintains your muscles. You will lose muscles as you get older. Anyway, but to tag on a drug like this, you're going to lose those muscles a lot faster, and that is critically important. Okay, we'll talk more about some of this stuff in the next post.